Good day, I'm Carrie-Ann Smith. Welcome to our special Labor Day news coverage. Child safety, particularly in the traffic environment, was the central focus of this year's Labor Day activities. The JIS team has been in the field since early this morning, capturing projects right across the island. Our coverage began at the National Heroes Park for the now annual floral tribute in honor of national hero Sam Sharp, the main instigator of the 1831 slave rebellion. A second floral tribute was held simultaneously at Sam Sharp Square in Montego Bay. In Kingston, Minister Pernell Charles Jr. represented the Prime Minister at this morning's ceremony, while Philip Powell represented the leader of the opposition. Culture Minister Olivia Grange, who initiated the tribute to Sam Sharp in 2017, was also on hand to honor his contribution to the cause of free and fair labor in Jamaica. Meanwhile, 4 projects benefiting 5 schools were selected for a national focus this year. Prime Minister Andrew Holness led the charge at Papine High School, where opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips and many others participated. We now join Carrie Bishop at the St. Andrew-based institution.
At the Papine High School in St. Andrew, one of 4 national projects.
The support this morning is very good. As you see, the turnout is tremendous. And what we're doing today, we are doing some painting. We are also doing some curb wall painting pedestrian walkway, and we're doing some pre-planning for a security fencing that will be erected.
It means a lot. It means upgrading, it means development, it means growth for us.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness also played his part to make the day a success.
Labor Day is a meaningful day. It should not be a day where we stay home and take it as a holiday. It should be a day when each of us comes out of our homes and we work together to build our nation.
It embodies the value of self-reliance on the part of communities that people can do and should do to help themselves and build up their communities.
We'll continue to labor for our children here at Papine High School, but for now, Carrie-Ann, it's back to you in studio.
Let's now join Janisha Dugan.
In 2008, a student of the Holland Primary School here in St. Elizabeth was killed along this roadway after being hit by a motor vehicle. And it is for this reason that this school was selected as a National Parish Project for Labor Day 2019.
The scope of the project will include brightening the pedestrian crossing, putting in a bus lay-by, also putting in a paved walkway.
Funding for the project is being provided by the JN Foundation and UNICEF. Their work, however, did not stop there, as they are also providing funding for the National Parish Project in Portland at the Fair Prospect Primary School.
So the pedestrian crossing, as part of the theme for Labor Day, child safety, will help in providing safety for children in crossing the road. As you can see, it's a main road.
I am Janisha Dugan reporting for JIS News.
We stay in the East, where Shaquille Hines joined the local authority and community members to illuminate the route for students of 1 St. Thomas School.
Residents of Coolita, Georgia came out in their numbers in support of this year's Labor Day theme, Child Safety. It's you, it's me, it's all of we.
So this morning we're in the Georgia community, which is in Trinityville. And as you can see around, we have persons that are debushing the area because the area is heavily overgrown with a lot of bush. And so we had a massive cleanup as well as the installation of street lights.
Down this area is further away from where the citizens live. And sometimes at night when the children or even adults ourselves are coming in, it's rather dark and it's a long way before we see some light. And because of the bushing, it's hard to see if perpetrators or any thief is in the bushes hiding, lurking. So this lighting and the debushing will impact the community in a great way.
While driving around the corporate area this morning, our teams witnessed volunteers from several private sector companies laboring to improve the traffic environment. COK workers, for instance, were seen painting a pedestrian crossing in Crossroads. In the meantime, the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation got teams together to tackle 3 parish projects in the corporate area. Shelley Ann Thompson was with the KSAMC teams.
Some 250 persons turned out at the Duane Park Recreational Facility to ensure that the KSAMC's project for Labor Day was a success.
We're doing a kiddies play area, so put in some play equipment, tied up the area nice enough.
One thing we wanted to do is to take the children from walking on the main road. Then they walk through the turnstile, come right through, and then they can access it without having being exposed to too much danger from the traffic.
As you would know, that pedestrian crossings are used mainly by our children to and from school, and so we carefully selected some of those. We can't do all of them.
That's it for Labor Day 2019 from the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. I am Shelley-Ann Thompson, reporting for GIS News.
In St. Catherine, meanwhile, volunteers made a community space disaster safe.
Behind me is the Glade Community Centre, and work is being done as part of the Labor Day project for the parish of St. Catherine.
Today we're engaged in remodeling the community centre, repainting, changing out toilets, doors, just ensuring that the community centre is user-friendly.
The main purpose of the centre, which is located in the Lariston division of St. Catherine, is to serve as a shelter for residents in and around the community.
The centre was in dire need of repair, and if a disaster would have struck, we would have had some challenges. So a part of the going forward is to develop skills training so that we can be able to develop life skills within the residents.
It's just wonderful. The children are happy for it. The community is happy for it, you know, because it will help in the development of the minds of the young. Now that they're refurbishing it and putting in all the fixtures that we need, our children will be better educated and equipped to go out in the world.
By all indications, when all the work is done here, the children and residents in and around Glade community will have a safer, cleaner, more efficient community centre and emergency shelter. Reporting for GIS News, I'm Sandra Clark.
We now move north to find out how this year's focus on child safety took shape in St. Mary.
In St. Mary, the focus is on the Trinity unit of the Edgehill School of Special Education. Painting, rainwater harvesting, landscaping, and bathroom repairs are some of the activities taking place today. However, work began on Tuesday for one major issue, rat-bat infestation.
What we'll be doing is all the areas, the entrance points, once we get them out, we'll be sealing all those entrance points so that they will not be able to return.
$400,000 was allocated to carry out the works today.
We have a water problem, so this rainwater harvesting will help us in terms of watering our garden and for the bathrooms.
The Edgehill School of Special Education has 4 branches across the island and offers learning services to persons with intellectual disabilities ages 6 to 21 years old.
They know changes that take place in their environment. They get excited too, so they will be really excited when they see the changes that has been done.
I'm Lisa Ashman, reporting for GIS News.
Thanks, Lisa. Our teams in St. Anne and Trelawney also witnessed an outpouring of support for improving the learning environments of the country's youngest. The Turnberry Primary and Infant School in St. Anne was given a new roof, while volunteers cleared the compound of debris and gave sections of the school a facelift with paint. A covered walkway was also constructed so that students could access the restroom even in rainy weather.
As a community, words cannot express our gratitude.
In Trelawney, the Bounty Hall Primary and Infant School's boundary mesh wire fence was reinforced with a concrete block base.
It has been for years that we had a dilapidated fence and it needed to be fixed. So we raised some funds and we started, and Parish Council saw the need to help us to finish it because we ran out of funds before it was finished. So today we are actually trying to finish up by doing the footing. We have some guys doing the mason work. We are doing some debushing. And we are going to be doing some painting to the inside of the classrooms and the outside of the school.
A speed bump was also constructed on the road leading to the school gate, and a pedestrian crossing was painted in the square that leads to the school. Over in Clarendon, Parish Council representatives, staff and students all came out to improve the look, feel, safety and accessibility of facilities at the Spalding Primary School.
The parish project was selected because of the danger it poses to the student at the pedestrian crossing here. The scope of work being done today, we are putting up some safety barriers. We are also painting the pedestrian crossing. We are also painting the school wall and putting up some signs for these children to be safer.
The project, which amounts to a little over $1 million, was supported by about 70 volunteers. Spalding Primary's principal expects their efforts to make the environment safer for students.
In recent times, we would have had our students suffering damage as they walk on the sidewalk, where vendors would be on the sidewalk and forcing students to go out into the road. So with this project, our students will be safer.
And finally, after coming out to volunteer at this year's national project in St. Andrew, the Prime Minister and leader of the opposition also put in work in their respective constituencies. Prime Minister Andrew Holness installed a new pedestrian crosswalk at Beatrice Crescent and painted several others across his West Central St. Andrew constituency. Opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips supported the installation of a security fence at Kinder Village Learning Center. And that's it for this special JIS Labor Day newscast. I'm Carrie-Ann Smith. But before we go, remember that Labor Day activities close out tonight with the annual concert at the Emancipation Park. Thanks for watching.